Each day is an unrepeatable miracle. Today will never happen again. But the memories can live on and on through others. Everyone at a defined time, a while, a moment, a season has a funny, uplifting story to tell. This podcast, A Chrono, lets your story be told so you can encourage or uplift someone through your moment in time with hope, laughter, and joy. I hope you enjoy both sides of our story. Sometimes the recollection is just not the same.
We met in college. You remember? My friend introduced me to your sister.
Yeah, because you thought my sister was who she was trying to, hook you up with, and you was hitting on my sister. Yes, you did.
That's been your story for the last 35 years. It wasn't like that. Okay. I didn't know. She just told me to come over to her office. She worked where I cash my check.
And so you went over there, and what happened?
And your sister told me, you were going to be in the pageant, told me where you were. So I checked you out in the pageant, Miss Black UTA pageant.
Yeah, I know. I was looking good and everything.
Yeah, you was. That's why I decided to go on and follow up, go to your workplace.
I remember that first date. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. You took me to that cemetery.
I took you to Doug Russell Park.
No.
It just so happened to have a historic cemetery again.
You took me to a cemetery on the first date. I thought you were weird.
You didn't have much time. It was on your lunch hour. So, I said, well, we can just walk across the parking lot here and talk.
No. I said, he has asked me to go here and talk. And then he said, it's real quiet where I'm taking you. And I'm thinking, I'm sure glad it's quiet because he is weird.
College was tough. I was a month away from graduating. Sometimes you just need some peace.
Yeah, you got a lot of peace over there. So
Anyway, things roll along. We talk and we dated for about 14 months. And then there was the proposal.
Yeah, my mama, she used to grill you every time you came to the house. She'd lean over that chair and stare you in the eye. But she liked you. She really liked you.
Yeah, we talked about everything, gardening and siblings, and she was really interested.
Yeah, and my dad, I don't think you ever saw him.
Your dad, he didn't even talk to me until I proposed to you.
I remember the night you proposed to me. You weren't even sure. You said, well, I think I'm sure you married. I don't know.
Hey, I asked the Lord to let me know if you won and when. I just forgot to add, give me some advance notice.
Well, he didn't give you any. And so I just went on and accepted because I was like, well, I like him. I believe that he's the one. I'm falling in love. So I said, okay, I guess I'll call him marry him.
Well, the short of it is she said yes. We woke our parents up. I asked for your hand and they said yes too.
Yeah, my mom, she did. She loved you. You were able to hit all the things she was interested in, gardening and cooking and everything else. Yeah, I remember though you came and got me in that car and she was kind of concerned because your car looks towed up.
Hey, it was the hand-me-down family car. Had an accident, so it was mostly brown except for the front right fender, which was green.
Yeah, it was a dark green too. It was ugly.
Hey, me and my roommate went to pick apart wrecking yard and pick the parts out.
And I couldn't even open the door to get in. I had to climb in from the driver's side to get in the car. I had to be in love.
Hey, it was a work in progress.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, this guy ain't even got a decent car. But I was driving a Mustang 2 baby blue.
Without air conditioning in Texas.
That's okay.
You know how hot it gets in the summer in Dallas.
That's okay. It still was a beautiful car. To this day, I'm still mad that you made me get rid of it. It was going to be a classic.
I bet you when you got to work, you fanned yourself so you could act like you was cool when you walked in the store. Well, then, of course, we had to go ring shopping.
Yeah, don't remind me, because you're going to ask somebody to marry you and you don't even have a ring. Okay.
I didn't know what I was doing.
No, you didn't. But we did. We shopped for the ring, and
You got what you wanted.
well, I mean, I didn't actually get what I wanted. I got what was in budget because you didn't have much money. Anyway, it was love.
Poor starving college student, didn't have no money. Had a car with a green fender.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't have a bumper on that car either.
No, you didn't. Anyway.
In November 79, we got married. And by then, I had a smooth 1979 Cutlass by Oldsmobile. Brand new car to take my bride-to-be off into the sunset. The pastor, myself, and the best man, we came from the side door, and I was all smiles just as soon as I got in the sanctuary. People reacted with joy, and they chuckled, they smiled back. It was a really exciting time for me because I was about to get married to the one I love, my sweet D.
Yeah, boy, you looked good in that all-white tuxedo. I said, man, I have been praying for me a husband who loved the Lord and somebody that was intellectual, tall, dark, and handsome, and that was you.
With an afro, with his afro sheen on, and smooth.
Yeah, you had a blowout. That was looking good.
Well, I couldn't wait to the point in the ceremony when the pastor said, "You may salute your bride." And I raised the veil, leaned over to kiss you, and you grabbed me by the back of my head.
I did not.
And you wouldn't let me go.
That's not true.
Oh, it was hilarious. Everybody just busted out, started laughing.
Yeah, I think you were the one holding my head. Anyway.
Yeah, that was back before the day of video cameras. We don't have that on record.
Yeah, we do have a audio, though, that my mom recorded. And every year on our anniversary, we listen to that.
We do. And I can hear your hand grabbing the back of my neck.
No, you cannot. Whatever. Okay, that's your story.
Yeah, well, we had the reception immediately afterwards in the fellowship hall of the church. We had some very low-budget reception compared to today's wedding.
Yeah, my sisters, they all served peanuts and sandwiches and punch.
Yep, and then we got into the Cutlass and drove off into the sunset.
Well, we actually just went back to your apartment, is what I think.
Well, you know.
But, okay, if you thought it was the sunset.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I had my bride, the love of my life, then and still now. And we went to, we were taking off from the airport. We stayed at the airport hotel that night. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we jumped up the next morning. We were ready to go on a honeymoon. And we discovered what?
You didn't have the tickets.
I didn't have tickets?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think you were supposed to be responsible for getting the tickets.
So we jumped in the car, and it was about 15 miles from the airport to my apartment, or our apartment by then, and got the tickets, got back. We just barely made it. You were driving like 100 miles an hour. Well, was it that fast? I thought like I was Speed Racer, the cartoon of the day.
Yeah, well, I don't even remember Speed Racer, but I guess that was
Speed
what you
Racer.
watched. Okay. I'm so glad that you asked me to marry you, and we have been married for how many years?
37 years.
37 years.
3 kids later. Oh, wait, the honeymoon. That was your first international trip.
Yeah. And you said, I can speak Spanish. And I was like, oh, yes, he's my knight in shining armor. And he can do everything. He can do no wrong. He can speak Spanish. He looked so good in that all-white suit when I walked down the aisle and said, I do. And then we get to Acapulco, and he said, I could speak a little Spanish, which meant no Spanish at all.
Hey, buenos dias.
Oh, that wasn't enough.
I had Spanish 1 and 2, 2 semesters in high school.
Let's don't reminisce on that. That's going to be for a later time. So anyway, 37 years later, and it's been quite a wonderful time.
Yeah, that's because we put Christ at the center of our marriage, just like I asked him to let me know when and if you were the one, and he did. I wised up from there. I'm more specific in the prayers.
In 37 years, 3 kids later, like you said, good times, bad times, a lot of good times, and a lot of laughs.
Hallelujah.
Ain't that right?
Yeah.
This has been A Chrono with hosts Dee and Joshua. If you have an encouraging or uplifting moment in time to share, why not send it to us at lifechrono@yahoo.com. That's LIFECHRONO@yahoo.com. A special thank you to Dr. Artina McCain, classical pianist, for contributing the opening, and Dr. Martin McCain, the closing theme music for the show. Selections taken from their album releases, Preludes at the Piano, and Shades. If you've liked what you've heard, if it's encouraged or made you laugh, if you want to hear more, share us on your social media outlets, leave a review, and subscribe to the podcast.